How is the UK's cultural influence changing? All culture means is the history and traditions of a people or of a country. It's the values and beliefs people hold based on their past. If we have a look at the UK, culture is shown through writings, paintings, fashion, architecture, food and music. If we have a look at the UK, we can see some of these cultural icons from the past. So the Beatles had a huge impact in shaping our music. William Shakespeare wrote plays that people still quote to this day. You've got St Paul's Cathedral, the Houses of Parliament. There's a certain way that in the past people from the UK have dressed. We've got poems by Wordsworth, but all of this changes over time. Culture is continually changing within a country, and new writings, paintings, fashion and music are included. So if we have a look here, we've got the Balti dish. Curries are very important food within this country as a Chinese takeaways. We've got One Direction and Ed Sheeran and Stormzy, more modern people shaping music within the country. There is the Gherkin and the Library of Birmingham, different architectural styles. We've got Stephen Wiltshire, the landscape paintist, who is amazing, in the same way that Banksy is fantastic at graffiti art within the streets. And as time goes on, culture slowly changes. Now, the UK culture has a global influence. People see British football teams competing all over the world, and they'll pick up ideas on how to dress, slang words that might be said, and adopt parts of British culture from what they see. Marks and Spencer has got clothing outlets all over the world. This is the Marks and Spencer India outlet, and again, people will copy different styles from across the world, and culture will spread from one country to another. Now, we spread our culture often through the media, through films, television programs, books, magazines, music, plays, and video games. And this brings lots of money into the UK. So the government estimates that we generate £70,000 every minute for the UK economy from media exports such as The X Factor, such as Peppa Pig and Doctor Who. And people pay money to show these shows in other countries and get the rights to copy them and have their own versions. Now, certain films that have come out have grossed huge amounts of money. And here are 5 of the most successful films ever at the UK box office. In position 5 was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, which brought in £73.1 million. In position 4 we had Toy Story 3 with £74 million. In position 3 was Titanic in 1997, which brought in £80.1 million, and then Avatar in 2009 that brought in £94.6 million, and then Skyfall, the most successful film ever at the UK box office, £102.9 million being brought into the country and demonstrating UK culture. Now, the global influence of the UK's media exports around the world can have very positive effects. So 100,000 students graduate annually in subjects such as architecture, design, music, fashion and digital media. Foreign students return to their own countries and develop their own creative sectors using the skills that they've picked up. The UK architecture industry has a global reputation. For example, helping to design and build the 2011 Cricket World Cup Stadium in India, in Pune, India. Then we've got the London Design Festival, started in 2003, 80 cities around the world have created their own versions. It creates employment opportunities for many people. And a final example, UK is renowned for its production of computer games such as Tomb Raider and Harry Potter, Grand Theft Auto, largest games development sector in Europe, generating £2 billion in global sales each year, which brings money and jobs for people. Now, different ethnic groups contribute to the cultural life of the UK, and in this example we're just going to look at food. Well-known British food includes full English breakfast, Sunday roast, shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, regional specialities such as Cornish pasties, Yorkshire pudding and Scottish haggis. But culture changes and different influences come into countries as immigrants and people from different cultures come into the country. Our eating habits are changing, and actually the average person now spends £110 on takeaways, and the most popular takeaway food is Chinese, and the average person is having over 12 takeaways per month. And this growth in Indian takeaways, Chinese takeaways, Thai, Vietnamese food is basically there for 4 reasons. Average incomes have gone up with less time to cook. We travel more and are used to a greater variety of foods from around the world, and more people from other parts of the world live in the UK. Something like a doner kebab, it's not traditional English food, and yet it's become part of our culture to have a doner kebab. Now, here's a quick case study of food and how it's taken off in a certain part of England. The Balti dish, which you can see in this picture, is a way of cooking curry. The whole idea of the Balti dish is you can put the whole dish in the oven. It heats the dish up, it heats the food up within it, and then that can be put straight in front of the customer without having to use a separate plate. The Balti was invented in Birmingham. It's a mix of meat, vegetables and spices in a thick gravy, and it's grown from being just one restaurant to a cluster of 50 restaurants serving Balti dishes in Birmingham, known as the Balti Triangle. Now this style of cooking has spread across the UK. In the Balti Triangle they also sell arts, crafts, clothes such as saris and cooking utensils.